So I've been watching Dorozea, and she's Swedish, as we all know, and everybody is making fun of the genuinely phenomenon, which I just found that it's happening because Swedish doesn't even have this sound, the j sound. They always make it like a weaker, like a y, right? Judge would sound like yaj. Or, sorry, no, it's yai or yag. I don't even know how to mess it up, but it's okay. So it goes into the y sound. And these are some Swedish words. What the fuck do you say? Yoop. Yeah, your yoop. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. What's up with this jockey? Di, Dijai, Dijai. Wow. Okay, anyway, so I wanted to explain what to do. So these are all the sounds that exist, and I know the letters are weird, but these are just phonetic symbols. And actually we just need this combination right here. The voice post-alveolar affricate. It just tells you where the sound is produced, but who gives a shit? That's like linguistic bullshit. All we need is the d and the j sound, which Dorozea can produce or pronounce, both of these. So she has never done that before because it's not even in her native tongue. But if she wants to work on it, that's all we need. The d.
Da, a da.
So gay. Okay, anyway, it's d. Okay, the. And the a sound, they just put it there to make it more distinct, right? Because otherwise it's just d. That's it, okay? But this gay it's there because whatever. Let's just move on. And we need this weird backwards z and 3 combined together.
Ja, a ja.
Okay, it's just j. And it's easy to do these. And all you have to do is just pronounce these one after the other.
J, j.
So Dorozea can do this right now, but we can get there step by step. So we can just say d and then j, d, j, d, j. And then you can shorten the gap, dj, 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 dj. And then you can just kind of do the j. Actually, what's happening, it's going to look weird, but let me draw it. Where's my pen? Where the fuck is my pen? Oh, okay. It's in the glove. Alright. Let me draw this. This is your upper teeth. These are your lips. So this is going to be the side view of your mouth. We have this bump here, which is called the alveolar ridge. Boom. And then you have just the inside of your mouth, your biggest tongue, which is going to press against the top of the roof, the roof of your mouth, right? Yeah, that's it. And when we talk about affricates, it means that you, well, fricatives to be more accurate, is that you just create a small gap somewhere and you squeeze air through, and it can create a sound. For example, s. And what's happening is something similar to this. You just press the tongue very close to the roof of your mouth, actually to the alveolar ridge, and then you create this s. It's like, when you water the plants and you squeeze the end of the hole together, and then, the water speeds up a bit, and it can also make that sizzling sound. It's similar to that, right? So that's what we are doing. That's the s. But you can also vibrate your vocal cords on top of that. And that's why we have voiced and voiceless. Right? Voiced, voiceless. Okay. So the voiceless would be the s, and the voice would be the z. Alright? Now, what we are trying to get to is the j, but we need the voiceless version first, which Dorozea can do. It's sh, sh. And what's the difference between s and sh? If you pay attention, when you do the s, only the tip of your tongue touches the alveolar ridge. When you do the sh, you increase the surface of the tongue. So how can I fucking delete stuff here? Whatever, I can't, it's fine. So you just push up your tongue a little bit closer to the roof of your mouth. You increase the surface area, which diminishes the sound or changes its quality a little bit, and you get the sh. Sh, 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 right? S, sh, s, sh. You can even play around with it and feel the difference. And we are going to do the same with z, 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 z. You do the same with your mouth. It's just that you are resonating your vocal cords. There you go. We have the j. Now, we have to understand what D does. T and D. T is voiceless, and D is voiced. You need a complete closure. We are going to stop the airflow and then release it suddenly. That's like a plosive sound. I think that's the technical name for it. So you close your mouth and also your airways towards your nose, your nasal cavity actually, completely. You build up tension in your mouth, and then it just bursts out, and you get like, right? So you just push your tongue against the alveolar ridge, the tip of the tongue, but you also kind of envelop it completely, the opening, your mouth, let's say, and then you just release it. You can also do the same thing with your vocal cords resonating, and you get the d, 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 t, 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 d, d, t, t, d, d. That's the difference. Now, what we are going to do is combine this d and j, and all you have to do is create a closure the same way you do with the d, but in a manner in which you would produce or pronounce the j, which means that you increase the surface of the tongue against the roof of your mouth, but you create a full closure. Right? I didn't try to constipate myself right now. I just closed my mouth, not literally, but I just closed the airways with my tongue, but my mouth is open. Right? And I can't really push the air out, but I can actually release the tension, release the pressure with my tongue, and you get the j. And suddenly, you do an affricate. Affricate means that you close it first, and then you release the tension, and you create friction. If it's just a fricative, then you don't create a closure, it's just an immediate friction, like so. So that's how you get the affricate. So actually, I would argue that Dorozea technically can pronounce this because she has the elements. She already has all the techniques she needs to do this sound. She just never really combined it in her life, and it's not her fault. She doesn't have a speech impediment as far as I know, and it's just because that's how Swedish works. They don't say this. They never say j. And all you have to do is do something like this, but these are fricatives, but as an affricate. So you start with a full closure of your mouth through the roof by increasing the surface, and then you create the j, right? So it's an explosion. It's a plosive sound, but with a lot of friction, and that's how you get an affricate, right? You start out as kind of a D pushed into a j, and then it's bam. So, all right, that's how you get j.